The global sisterhood image of KATSEYE just hit a massive reality check. For months, corporate PR claimed Manon Bannerman took an abrupt hiatus purely for medical reasons. But a messy public denial on Vanity Fair, coupled with newly resurfaced receipts, suggests something far more toxic was breeding behind closed doors. We are looking at potential industry gaslighting, grueling labor exploitation, and subtle internal bullying masked as sisterly love. The internet is officially turning on the group, forcing the higher-ups at HYBE to scramble as their multi-million-dollar global experiment borders on a complete implosion. Fans are no longer buying the corporate script after discovering what Manon was secretly liking on social media, contrasting sharply against her bandmates' public statements. Today, we are pulling up the direct receipts, the leaked industry meetings, and the highly suspicious public shade that corporate handlers desperately tried to bury. Welcome back to the channel. Let us look at what is actually happening behind the scenes. The corporate facade cracked during a Vanity Fair interview meant to clear the air. Asked directly if Manon's abrupt departure involved industry racism, Sophia downplayed it completely, claiming the narrative goes against everything they stand for. But the internet immediately pulled up screenshots showing Manon openly liking viral posts exposing label mistreatment and the struggles of being the only black woman in the group. Her boyfriend even shared an article detailing the systemic marginalization of black women in K-pop. This direct contradiction makes Sophia look like a designated corporate spokesperson repeating a PR script rather than a supportive bandmate. If everything is fine, why is the label strictly controlling the narrative while the actual victim signals something entirely different on her personal feed? But the real danger isn't just a controlled feed. It's what happens behind the scenes when a member actively tries to fight the corporate contract. As leaked internal memos from April 2025 show, those financial consequences were already being calculated. To understand why the internal collapse ran this deep, we have to pull back the curtain to April 2025, weeks before the release of the track Gnarly. Insiders leak that the members and a prominent manager named Missy held a serious sit-down meeting to discuss Manon's alleged commitment issues. Missy aggressively advocated to place Manon on an immediate hiatus, bluntly stating she did not belong in the final lineup. Corporate higher-ups at HYBE initially rejected the proposal, pointing out that Manon's absences from rehearsals were backed by official doctor's notes due to a severely weakened immune system. This confirms that the public lazy narrative was a calculated corporate lie used to cover up a genuine medical struggle. Manon's primary grievance was the brutal, unpaid 14-hour rehearsal days that left her physically broken. Whenever she advocated for basic human labor rights and more days off, Missy and the other members twisted her words, framing her valid exhaustion as a toxic lack of ambition. While HYBE executives wanted to keep Manon in the lineup because she was a massive fan favorite, Geffen executives consistently aligned with Missy, constantly nitpicking Manon's every move. Despite having the entire power structure working against her behind her back, Manon outperformed the entire group during the Gnarly era. The breaking point arrived on September 26 during a collaboration with jazz singer Laufey. The group had a strict 2-week notice to prepare. Manon missed 3 days due to illness, but arrived on the 4th day with a valid doctor's note. According to a corporate executive present in the room, the moment Manon handed over the medical documentation, the other members openly groaned in disgust. After a routine run-through where the executive confirmed Manon sounded perfectly fine, the girls began bickering, aggressively claiming her vocals were an absolute mess. They demanded to perform as a 5-piece group, outvoting the corporate handler and successfully benching Manon from the show. The label lied to the public, claiming Manon was simply too sick to attend. But the entire cover-up blew up the very next day when fans spotted Manon looking completely healthy at a different concert. This blatant scheduling contradiction was the first definitive indicator of severe internal exclusion. By the time the tour commenced on November 15th, the environment was completely toxic. Because Manon missed select rehearsals due to health reasons, the remaining members were pushed into forced overtime. In this industry, these grueling 14-hour days are completely unpaid. The girls only make money from tour revenue and direct sponsorships. The members took their financial frustration out on Manon, treating her like a liability. The entire global tour became a miserable ecosystem of constant verbal arguments. The group dynamic degenerated into a hostile 3 versus 1 or 4 versus 1 isolation tactic, leaving Manon completely lonely in her corner. The corporate manipulation reaches its absolute worst with manager Missy, whom insiders describe as a toxic presence who constantly inflamed the girls' joints and minds. Missy allegedly brainwashed the younger members, telling them that enduring extreme physical degradation and getting cortisone shots is what elite pop stars must do to achieve historical fame. The girls became completely blinded by the illusion of celebrity, turning against Manon simply because she demanded ethical working conditions. This structural abuse culminated in a highly disputed December photo shoot. Two conflicting industry sources are currently arguing over its purpose. One claims it was a dummy test shoot for packaging, while another insists it was the official cover art for the Wild EP, where the girls signed 25,000 physical copies. HYBE is currently whispering about delaying the entire June release because they are desperately trying to scrub Manon's image from the final product. The corporate machine is moving to permanently erase her, proving that the sisterhood was nothing but a highly profitable lie. If this was just standard corporate greed, the story would end there. But why would the remaining 5 members actively participate in erasing their own teammate on camera? The public erasure turned blatant when HYBE released their low-effort birthday tribute for Manon. Historically, the official account uploads a customized graphic birthday card for every single member, just like they did for Megan, Sophia, and Lara. For Manon, they posted a generic mirror selfie with a basic caption, completely lacking the standard creative effort given to everyone else. The tension peaked instantly when Manon's sister left a cryptic 2-letter comment on that exact post, sending the fandom into a frenzy. But while the internet scrambled to decode it, the corporate disconnect grew sharper on camera when the conversation shifted to whether the remaining 5 members still maintain contact with Manon. Lara casually brushed it off, stating they only speak here and there. This dismissive remark instantly fueled intense speculation across TikTok and X. Videos suddenly flooded the feeds, labeling Manon as lazy or framing her as an industry plant who simply refused to work, a narrative highly orchestrated to shift blame before the upcoming world tour. Manon's inner circle went straight to the official birthday post to drop highly sarcastic comments, including open mockery and laughing emojis, showing the entire internet that the industry's public display of love was an absolute joke. This reaction proves that the people who actually know Manon do not respect the group's current dynamic. Sophia tried to double down on the corporate messaging during another press junket, reiterating that the hiatus is strictly about well-being. But the public is no longer buying the corporate script. Commenters on Reddit pointed out that forcing a teenager to act as the primary damage control speaker is a massive red flag. The label's automated PR script began failing across every medium. On TikTok, an old clip from The Late Show resurfaced, where Daniela admitted on camera that Sophia was the group's best liar, turning a playful game into a blatant warning sign. In contrast, fans pointed out that Lara visibly struggles to maintain the corporate lie on camera, often stammering when forced to speak about Manon. When Sophia looks directly into the camera and calls Manon her sister, the delivery feels completely robotic. The authentic bond is entirely gone, replaced by a desperate attempt to protect a sinking commercial investment. That internal defense slipped entirely when controversial influencer Harry Daniels embedded himself within KATSEYE's inner circle for personal clout. His severe lack of boundaries allowed him to compromise the group's privacy completely. Daniels leaked a member's private Instagram account and overshared sensitive details about the group's internal operations for views, forcing the member to delete her account entirely. When he later appeared on the Floppy podcast to address the fallout, he tried desperately to downplay the leak as simple personal drama. But for fans, it was definitive proof that the label's severe lack of media training had allowed an opportunistic outsider to completely compromise the group's privacy. With their media defenses compromised from the inside, the final blow to their unified image didn't originate from an influencer podcast. It came directly from a family member who refused to stay silent. And that family retaliation is exactly where the corporate matrix officially split open. This internal fracture turned the KATSEYE subreddit into a massive archive of accountability threads. But the definitive blow to this corporate illusion didn't come from a fan theory. It came from the final unmasking of that cryptic abbreviation left by Manon's sister during the birthday drama. The internet finally tracked down the receipt. When a user asked whether the sister's comment meant for sure or fake beach, Manon's sister directly liked the response, stating that regardless of the definition, it is absolutely not in support of KATSEYE. That single social media interaction completely shattered the narrative that the families are on good terms with the label, delivering the final blow to a multi-million-dollar corporate illusion. The illusion of KATSEYE's corporate sisterhood is dead. HYBE and Geffen manufactured a flawless global product, but the receipts expose an ecosystem of toxic exclusion, media silencing, and extreme structural burnout. With the upcoming June release timeline completely up in the air, the label is stuck running damage control for a managed 5-piece lineup. They are desperately trying to erase their most popular member simply because she demanded baseline ethical labor standards. Is Manon ever rejoining this lineup, or did corporate greed officially close the door? Drop your thoughts below.